welcome to Mass Live. We've got Harry in Nottingham, we've got Aidan joining in, we've got Hallie Beth, we've got Diana. I'll do a few more. I've got Shreya as well. Hello Shreya. I'll do some more shout outs in a second. So the challenge is continuing from yesterday, just recapping, revising, and it asks you to convert these times. So how many hours are in 6 days? How many days are in 8 weeks? And how many days are there in June and December combined? Have a go at that while I do some more shout outs, and I'll be back in a minute. Oh wow, lots of people. Hi Annabelle, hello. Hi Sam in Nottingham. Hi Nathaniel and Oliver in Longstanton. Hi Hattie in Northampton. Hi Aoife. Hi Katie. Hi Ellie in Barwell. Hi Noah in Northern Ireland. Oh, got some answers in. Good old Sam and Harry, always there with their answers. Hello Jessica, one of your first lessons. Welcome, welcome. Hi Sophie in Menston. Hi Sophie. Hi Ruby. Hi Reby. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining in. Hi Iona in Tunbridge Wells. Right, just a few more seconds and then we'll have a go at these problems. Hi Isaac. Hi Sophie in London. Hi Daisy and Georgina in Hertfordshire. And hello Adam in Newcastle. Oh, there's lots coming up. I'll keep shouting out through the lesson. So quick recap and then we'll go on to today's challenge. So let's have a look. How many hours are in 6 days? So to tackle this, 1 day, we know this 24 hours is 1 day. So if we've got 6 days, we've got to times 24 by 6 to get our answer. So we do 24 times by 6. 6 fours, funny enough, is 24. 2 sixes are 12, 13, 14. So there's 144 hours in 6 days. How many days are there in 8 weeks? So we know that there's 7 days in 1 week, but we want 8 weeks. Sorry. So we times 7 times 8, which is 56. Okay. And then the last one, we've got to remember, we think, right, how many days are there in June? How many days are there in December? And it's remembering that little rhyme, that little poem from yesterday. So 30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except February alone, which has 28 days, apart from a leap year, so it has 29. So it's 30 and 31, so that's 61 days. Let's just have a look. Have a look at some of your answers. Hi Darcy in Swindon. Let's have a look. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Hi Evan in Hertford. Hi Jessica B with her puppy Martha. Oh, super. Well done. Looks like you've all done a great job there. Right, today we are adding and subtracting time, and that starts to go into word problems. We are going to do problems involving time on Friday, so this is a really good chance to practice before Friday. What do I mean by adding and subtracting time? We have it every day in our lives. So for example, if something starts at this time and lasts a certain amount of time, what time does it finish? And if we go right back to basics, so it's 1:30 now, so say if it's 1:30, and my lessons normally last around half an hour, so if I add 30 minutes if I add 30 minutes to 1:30, 30 plus 30 is 60, and that takes us into the next hour, which is 2 p.m. I'm just going to use the 12-hour clock today. I'm not going to use the 24-hour clock as much. So what I've done there is I've added time. Started at 1:30. I've been told that it's 30 minutes. Therefore, it should end around 2 o'clock. As some of you know, and sometimes it ends a bit sooner, sometimes it ends a bit later. And we can also subtract time. So you might need to get the bus at, say, 4 o'clock. Okay. But it takes you 10 minutes to walk to the bus stop. So what is the latest time that you can set off? So what we need to do here is subtract, take away 10 minutes. Okay? So what is 10 minutes less than 4 o'clock? And this is where you need to be able to tell the time on an analog clock. Now remember that this can be known as 60. So if you do 60 take away 10, that is 50. But which hour are we in? We've come out of the 4th hour and we've gone back to the 3rd hour. And a good way to do it is to check, is 3:50 plus 10, does that make me into 4 o'clock? It does. So there's 2 quick examples of adding and subtracting time. Okay, let me do 2 more examples. So a film starts at 5:15 and it lasts 2.5 hours. Okay, it lasts 2.5 hours. Now, do you notice what I do is I've got the time here and the question asks me what time does it finish? And what I do is I do my jump. Now you can do it 2 different ways. You could add on the 2.5 hours straight away. You could also do this. You could do it in steps. So rather than adding on the 2.5 hours straight away, I might just add on the 2 hours. So I'm going to just add the 2 hours first. So if I add 2 hours to 5:15, 5, 6, 7, that takes me to 7:15. Okay. And then I add on the half an hour. Half of an hour is also 30 minutes. So 7:15, what's half an hour onto 7:15? It's 7:45, and we know that because 15 plus 30 is 45. So you can do it in these little jumps. That's absolutely fine. Okay. You might get a question. Again, you normally get ones about, you're going on a journey somewhere and it's like, what time did someone set off or someone arrive? So say Sam, hello, I know Sam, you're taking part, that's why it's come to mind. Sam is leaving a party. He's leaving a party at 7:40 p.m. And he's been at that party for 3 hours and 10 minutes. Oops, he's been at that party for 3 hours and 10 minutes. What time did he arrive at the party? So this is now a takeaway. We need to work backwards. So again, let's do it in steps. This time I'm going to do the minutes first. So I'm going to take away 10 minutes. So 40, take away 10 is 30. So I've done my 10 minutes, and now I'm going to take away my 3 hours. So I know that's going to be 30. So 7, 6, 5, 4. So therefore, if he left the party at 7:40 and he was there for 3 hours 10 minutes, that means he must have arrived at the party at 4:30. Okay, let's have a look at these 3 challenge questions I gave you. So, I left home for school. So question 1, I left home for school at 7:22 a.m. and arrived at 8:16 a.m. And the question is, how long did it take me? So how long was my journey? How long was his journey to school? Was it A, 58 minutes, B, 1 hour and 4 minutes, C, 1 hour and 6 minutes, was it D, got lots of choices here, 38 minutes, or was it E, 54 minutes? Have a look at that, give it a go. If you've already done it, check your answer. Hi Evan in Hartford. Hi Kian in Norwich. Hi Tej. Hi Tom in Broughton. Hi Sophie in Menston. Hi Will and B in Stockport. Oh, we've got some answers coming in. Got some answers coming in. So 7:22 and arrived at 8:16. We want to know how long it took. So we need to find out how much we were adding. Okay. So one way to break this up is we need to do the minutes, because as you see, if you add an hour on, you go too far past. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it so my first digit is 6. So if I add on 4 minutes, that takes me to 7:26. Okay, and now I know they're both in the 6s. And then I'm going to I'm going to take it. I found a different way actually. This is an easier way. If I add on 8 minutes, that takes me to 7:30. And then what I can do is add on 30 minutes, which takes me to 8 o'clock. And then I can add on 16 minutes, which takes me to my answer, 8:16. And then what I have to do is add 8, 16 and 30. Well, 8 and 16 is 1 8 is 8, 2 8 16, 3 8 is 24. And 24 plus 30 is 54. So the answer is 54 minutes. So well done if you got that. But can you see, I even corrected myself then, because I thought, I'll go to the 6. But I noticed, try and do your jumps so you get to nice answers. If you get to a nice number straight away, like quarter past or half past or even on the hour, it makes the rest of it a little bit easier. And remember, I say this all the time with word problems, draw. Don't keep it in your head. Either draw those numbers or draw a picture to represent the problem. Like I always do it, always. Tom downloads 3 music tracks. Track 1, track 2, and track 3. Okay, track 1 is 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Track 2 is 5 minutes and 5 seconds. And track 3 is 4 minutes and 40 seconds. What is the total length of his music? What is the total length in his music? You can do it in minutes and seconds. Give that a go. Brilliant, well done. Fantastic, just going through and reading. Hi Mariella from Blockley. Oh, I love it when you say, oh, I got it. I wasn't sure, but I got it. Brilliant, well done. Ooh, a lot of us have got the same answers, which is always good, isn't it? Always good when you put an answer and then people write the same answer as you and you think, oh, okay, I think I've done quite well here. Okay, I'm going to add the seconds first, because if I get more than 60 seconds, I know I need to change it to minutes. So I'm going to do 45 plus 5, which is 50. And then 50 plus 40 is 90. Now then, obviously there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. So if I've got 90 minutes actually means, 90 seconds actually means 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I need to change that. So it would be 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now I can add on my minutes to this time. Okay, so I've got 4 minutes here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So don't forget that extra minutes that's got across. So it's 14 minutes and 30 seconds. I saw some of you write 14:30. Be careful there, because that looks like it's 2:30 in the afternoon on the 24-hour clock. So I'd write, I know you were all just doing it shorthand, but I'd write 14 minutes or M and then 30 S. So, because remember the colon is especially for separating times. There's a little hint for you. Well done. Nearly all of you wrote that. And the last one, the last challenge question that I gave you this morning, I like this one. I saw this one, I have to put it as a challenge question. A lot of you, I'm sure, will know that this nursery rhyme, 10 green, I don't want to sing it, 10 green bottles hanging on the wall, 10 green bottles hanging on the wall. If one green bottle should accidentally fall, there'd be 9 green bottles hanging on the wall. And you carry on, 9 green bottles hanging on the wall. If the first bottle fell at 10 past 5, if the first bottle fell in the morning and the others fell down at 5-minute intervals, you see how I'm making notes? What time would the last bottle fall? So, what I'm not going to do, you could draw all the bottles, but I'm just going to do okay, so you've got 10 bottles, the first one falls at 5:10 a.m. and they all then gradually fall every 5 minutes. So the first one will fall at 5:10, then the next one falls 5 minutes later, then the one after that falls 5 minutes later. What time have all the bottles fallen off the wall? Give that a go. Oh, we've already got some answers. I've only just come back to my computer. Amazing. Amazing. Well done. I'm just going back and having a look. Hi, Fionn in Ireland. Okay, we've got quite a lot of similar answers, so let's have a look. So this one was at 5/10, we don't do the adding on straight away. So you can either count up in fives, 15, or you can do all your fives together and add it on to the time. I'm going to do it with the time, so 10, so 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Yes, the last bottle fell at 5:55 a.m. just before 6 o'clock in the morning. Good, excellent. Right, now some challenge questions that you haven't seen before. Okay, and again, these are in problem 4 because adding, subtracting time is something that we do all the time. Like, for example, I might go out, take my daughter for a walk and think, right, she needs to be back at 11:30 for her lunch. I could go in this direction, it will take me 30 minutes to do the walk. I could go in this direction, it will take me 45 minutes. Which is the best time for me to leave? That was this morning. Okay, so we all use time in everything that we're doing. Okay, this is a very popular one. A train, you'll know from school that you'll do a lot of train timetables when it comes to time. A train leaves Carlisle. I'm near Carlisle, but I don't know how to spell it. A train leaves Carlisle at 3:37 p.m. and it arrives in London at 6:48 p.m. How long did the journey take? Give that a go. Give that a go. Hi Adeline. Hi Emily and Bookshaw. Hi Callum. I like that. Oh, not trains. There's always a train question to do with times. Hi Elliot, thank you for joining in. Welcome back. Oh, we got some answers. Got some answers. And everyone's putting the same answer. It's so good. I love it when everyone just suddenly puts all the same answers at the same time. It's really, really funny. Yeah, trains. Normally, I don't know if some of you have seen, you could get a whole train timetable with different stops. You've got to work it out, but I'm not going to draw a big train timetable on here. You probably won't be able to read it. So keep it a little bit more basic. So 3:37. We need to know how long it took. Now, if you notice, you can actually just add the seconds on, the minutes on to get to here. So 3:37. What do I add to 37 to make 48? Okay, I add 11. So there's our minutes, 11 minutes. And now, how many hours did it take? So we've done this bit. And how do we get here? So it's 3 hours, 11 minutes. Remember, don't write 3:11 because that looks like it's 3:11 in the morning or 3:11 in the afternoon. So 3 hours, 11 minutes. Well done. Next question. 2 more questions for today. Gina finishes her homework at 8:24 p.m. So she finishes her homework at 8:24 p.m. If you're at secondary school, that's how long it'll take you. She started at 6:52 p.m. How many minutes did she spend on her homework. She started at 6:52, she finished at 8:24. How long did she spend on her homework? How long did her homework take? Oh, lovely. Some people, yeah, that's brilliant. Some people are writing hours and minutes in the last one. Some people actually wrote it in words. That's absolutely fine. Well done, everybody. Hi, Olivia and Malden. Now remember with this, try and do it as hours and minutes. Try not to use the colons. Ooh, we've got some slightly different times. Oh, hang on. Everyone, okay. There's a couple of different times that people have written, so let's have a look. So I'm going to rub this out because I'm going to do some nicer jumps for this. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to round this to the next hour. I'm going to make this so we're at 7 o'clock. And to make 52 minutes into 7 o'clock, I add on 8 minutes. Okay, so that's 7 p.m. Okay, and then to make it into 8:24, I add on 1 hour and 24 minutes. And then I can add these together. So what is 24 plus 8? So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So 32 minutes and 1 hour. So 1 hour, 32 minutes. That's how long it took her to do her homework. Okay. Some of you say, wow, she starts late. She might have had an after school club or something. At least she did her homework. Last question. I like this one because we need to work backwards. Jacqueline needs to catch a flight early tomorrow morning. She needs to get out of bed at 3:15. So she needs to get out of bed at 3:15 a.m. but wants to make sure she has at least 7.5 hours sleep. Okay. Okay. So this is the time she needs to get up, but she really wants 7.5 hours sleep. What time does she need to go to bed? I'm going to not draw as much as I usually do because I want you to have a go. She needs to wake up at this time, but she wants this much sleep. What time is she going to go to bed? Last question. Brilliant, well done. Ooh, lots of different answers here. Maybe 30 more seconds. Ooh, right, okay, now some similar answers are coming in. Just double check, think, right, okay, have I got that right? A good way to check is when you think you've got your answer, do the inverse. So you have your answer and then add on the 7.5 hours and still see if you still get the same time. So the way to do this is you need to subtract 7.5 hours. So you need to work backwards to find the time that she goes to sleep. So again, I'm going to break it up. I'm going to subtract half an hour first. So I'm going to subtract 30 minutes. So if I subtract 15 minutes, that takes me to 3 o'clock. If I subtract another 15 minutes to make 30, that's 2:45. Okay, so I've done my 30 minutes, and now I need to subtract 7 hours. Right, okay. 7 hours from 2:45. So if I subtract 2 hours, okay, that takes me to midnight. Okay, now I need to subtract another 5 hours, so that'll be 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So it'll be 7:45. I'll explain that again. So 3:15, I did my half an hour, and that took me to 2:45. But rather than jumping all the way, because it's quite hard to go over 12 o'clock, so what I did is I made it so it was 12 o'clock, it was 0 by subtracting 2 hours, and then I subtracted another 5 hours, so again it's 12, so it's 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. And you can check it, because if you add 7 hours onto 7:45, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, so that's 2:45. Oh look, it's the same. And then when you add on the 30 minutes, that takes you to 3:15. That's called doing the inverse. If you do the opposite, you're checking your answers. Brilliant, well done. I'm going to put the challenge question up now, as I always do. You're doing so well with the challenge questions this week. It's brilliant. Tomorrow I've got a really interesting lesson. Rather than going straight into word problems, I thought let's look at time zones, because it's quite cool. It's not something you get to practice at school, and thinking about how time changes as you move across the world. And if it's just gone 2 o'clock here, what time is it in New York? What time is it in Australia? What time is it in Greece? What time is it in South Africa? So I thought we'd have a look at that tomorrow. A bit of a geography, maths lesson. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.